Hello and welcome to This Week on the Vineyard. We are excited to be here with you today. It is Monday and the date is February 22nd. I am here with Ann Whiting with the sports and Allison Frazier Hayden with the weather. Steve is out for the day and so is Melissa. So it's a girls' party. It's ladies' night.
Yay!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go, ladies.
We're bringing it. We're bringing it. So my first story is the vaccine registration. It begins at the hospital for 65 plus fills up quickly. So more than 1,200 vaccine appointments for island residents 65 or older, and those with 2 or more underlying conditions filled up in less than an hour on Saturday morning as a torrent of newly eligible islanders rushed to schedule their shots next week. The online process appeared to run smoothly, according to firsthand accounts, social media, and hospital officials, although all available appointments were taken by 8:50 a.m. By 8:30 a.m., only Saturday time slots were still available. The new online scheduling tool went live on Martha's Vineyard Hospital website at approximately 8 a.m. Saturday morning, February 20th. Available appointments ran in 15-minute time slots Monday, February 22nd through Saturday, February 27th. Hospital officials said they hope to vaccinate 1,826 islanders next week, including individuals receiving their second shot. The second group of phase 2 of the state's vaccine rollout is now available for shots and includes those 65 or older, individuals with 2 or more certain medical conditions, and individuals who live or work in public and private low income and affordable senior housing. According to the state, qualifying medical conditions include asthma, cancer, chronic kidney disease, heart conditions, weakened immune systems from organ transplants, obesity, pregnancy, sickle cell disease, smoking, and type 2 diabetes. Individuals must be 18 or older. So even though it seems, there's a lot of confusion and, in regards to the rollout, in regards to the sign up, in regards to the second shot, people like Allison, stated in the MV forum that she attended, people with comorbidities, we're all like kind of confused as to who gets what when and what information is actually being rolled out and what is accurate. So, everybody's hopefully doing their best with the information and the resources that they have. And, the age is slowly creeping down. Anne, have you received a shot? You're not 65.
1 o'clock today.
I was gonna say, you're
Wow.
not 65. You're not.
1 o'clock today. I'm 66.
Okay.
And I'm on the here. I got my phone right, and I'm driving on. Well, Danny's driving. We're on the boat, on the 8:15 boat on Saturday morning. So 8 o'clock, I logged on went to the website, MVRH hospital website, clicked on an appointment, went to patient gateway, logged in there, and bingo, there it was. Literally.
So you literally just clicked in, put your name, boom.
Yeah, I didn't even put my name because once you log in, you have to a patient gateway was the ultimate thing. And I got a lot of error messages, so I figured I didn't get the one I wanted. Like Monday at 1 o'clock, you can't be serious. It's the first day. There's a million people trying to get on this, and I got an error message saying, "At time you probably already have an appointment." An error message saying you have an appointment. So I went back and I'm like, I didn't have an appointment because they didn't tell me I had an appointment. So there was no real confirmation right then that you got what you wanted. So I said, and I went, tried. And finally just went to my appointments on patient gateway, upcoming and scheduled. And there it was. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Okay.
It was just, and then I had an email saying I'm confirmed. So
it didn't send you an immediate prompt like normal, like things
exactly.
do prompt. But when you went back to check your appointments in patient gateway, that's when it was there.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So, and that's what, but the log out and log on process, I mean, it's like, I'm like, oh God, what's my gateway password? Thankfully I had it like memorized. So it was all the other stuff.
Especially on your phone, because if you don't save passwords on your phone and blah, blah, blah.
I don't save passwords on my phone. No
right.
way.
Yeah.
No auto logins on the phone. My laptop's different. But at any rate, so we're filming this at 10:30 in the morning on Monday, and at 1 o'clock I will have my shot. And then today at 2:30, even though it's already by the time you're watching this, I'll be doing a basketball game. So the winter sports season ended yesterday, and the fall 2 season starts today. That means indoor track, which the indoor part is pretty good because they're going to be indoors because it's not that nice out. And then football and cheerleading start as well. And those are going to be outdoors. So bring your shovels, ladies and gentlemen, for the cheering and the
Those are going to be some really cold cheerleaders.
yeah, Joel cheerleaders. And it's funny because Donald's got 47 kids and 10 coaches. So only allowed to have 25 people in the gym total at once for practice. So, and then there's a basketball game today. So I'm not quite sure, but you can have 70 people or 80 people in the gym during a basketball game. So I don't know. He's a little, obviously they hadn't quite thought this through yet on what.
Do they sign in and out when they enter the gym?
Excuse me, what?
Is there a sign-in log when they enter the gym for contact tracing?
No. They just, well, it would be a sign out log because he's got his attendance that he's taken. So he'll know every kid that's in the gym because it's a sport. We take attendance at practice and all that sort of stuff. There is a sign in for all the parents that come in. But all the parents that come in for games they're all registered to come in and they just check their name off when they walk in the door. So.
Boy, this new normal is so tough to navigate. It's like,
It is. But anyway, so hopefully the weather will break and the fields will thaw and football will happen. Now the lacrosse will be right after football. So I think the football field is just going to look like, I don't even want to know what it's going to look like once the thaw comes in and they're playing football out there. Because usually there's like a winter in between seasons. So we'll get to that conflict with the all-purpose field that we want to have. But onward we go. All right, the Tractory is going to compete at Wheaton, which I believe could be at Wheaton College, I believe, because the Reggie Lewis Center is now a COVID vaccination site. So we need to talk about the season that just ended. I'm going to do basketball. That ended for basketball, hockey, and swim team. So let's do hoop first. The boys varsity finished up its shortened season of 12 games with a 7-5 record and with an 80-56 senior day victory over the DUI Dolphins, who came into the gym at 1-11. That was yesterday afternoon. Let's see. Mike Trusty led all scores, 23 points, a ton of assists, steals, and rebounds. And that was in 3/4 of time because everyone was, once you're up by that many points, you actually have a chance to play the rest of the players on your team, which is good. Aiden Rodgers had 16, Nico DiPaolo had 14, and junior Ty Matthew had 11 points. Senior Nate Porterfield added 6, and Leo Neville, also senior, was 5. There were 7 seniors gave their parents flowers before the game, and Coach Mike Joyce thanked everyone for adjusting their lives through the pandemic and the COVID protocols. It's been an interesting season for those kids, that's for sure. The boys are in the Cape and Islands tournament this week, and they hosted Nantucket this afternoon, which hopefully you watch live on YouTube or MVTV channel 14. And the girls finished their season at DY yesterday, and though they lost 45-42, the season will go on for them on the road in the Cape and Islands tourney tomorrow. Their seniors were Bella Thorpe, Hope Betancourt, and Captain Kylie Estrella, and they were honored last week before the Falmouth game. The girls finished their season with a 3-9 record, but the freshmen and sophomores look like a talented group. I'll be back for more hockey action and swim team action and bird news later. Weather. Allie, how are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving all your posts. I'm learning so much from you. I just want to know that since I friended you on Facebook, all of your posts have just been fabulous. I have learned so much. Thank you very much for being the research guru.
I try. I really try. All our history, some of it's pretty rough, but it's
it's real.
Yeah,
it's real though.
It really is. And I think people will have hopefully a different outlook on what's going on now. Nothing's new under the sun. This is just continuous, and I think we need, a change is coming. So let's see. I'm doing my part. So
and you're reeling in. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to let you know I appreciated it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because you do stuff, you don't get responses, and you're wondering, is anybody really getting this? But that's encouraging. So thank you, Anne. And so let's get to the weather. It's going to be warming up, and you'll be glad of that. So some snow that you see behind me will be gone, okay? Let's see. Tonight, of course, it's raining outside, It's the temps are going to be warming, so let's get right to it. Taco Tuesday tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 40, west wind 14 to 17 miles per hour, with gust as high as 30 miles per hour. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy during the early evening, then gradual clearing. Breezy with a low around 35. Wednesday, sunny. Oh, the sun is coming out tomorrow, the next day, whatever. Come on, sun. Sunny with a high near 43 degrees. Gonna get some applause, yay. Breezy with a west wind 17 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 36. Breezy again with a southwest wind 18 to 21 miles per hour. Thursday, ooh, drum roll please, sunny with a high near 40, west wind 15 to 18 miles per hour. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 26, northwest wind 14 to 17 miles per hour. Excuse me. Friday, sunny. Oh my goodness. With a high near 33, chilly a little bit, but still sunny. Northwest wind 11 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 28. I think I'll take in a sunset that evening. North wind 8 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Saturday, rain and snow showers likely. Not sure which one we're going to get or both, but keep a watch. But partly sunny still with a high near 41. I think it's going to be all rain. South wind 10 to 14 miles per hour. Let's see, Saturday night. Showers likely, mostly cloudy with a low around 36. South wind 13 to 15 miles per hour, becoming southwest after midnight. So we're going to get a little precip at the end of the week. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high near 43. West wind 10 to 13 miles per hour. Might be cloudy, but I don't think we're going to get any moisture. And that's your weather for the week on Martha's Vineyard. Have a good one, you guys.
Thank you for that.
Hey, enjoy the sun. Get out there and walk. I did yesterday, 2 miles. The paths, I know, right? The paths were all, I should have taken a picture, were all filled except for one that took you from Barnes Road out to Edgartown Vineyard Haven Road.
Mm-hmm.
I like walking inside, not outside, because the cars were like, oh, back and forth and the exhaust fumes. I'm like, okay, I'll do a mile and go back home. So
it's splattery out there when you get.
I know, icky. But I stood it and I did 2 miles and I said, okay, so I'm going to go out there. Hopefully something is melting down and I can hit one of the paths.
Yeah, the bike paths they're looking a little bit more open. They were open yesterday afternoon on County Road. They're open.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
still icy though. No, I tried to walk Farm Neck and it was like doing a Stairmaster. You get on top of the snow and you go down. The dogs are on top. I'm a little heavier. Through.
Got to get that exercise in either way, even though.
Oh, definitely. My Fitbit's buzzing at me right now going, you have 40 steps to go to get to 250. I'm like, shut up.
Shut up.
250 steps.
So,
that's like every 10 minutes it wants me to do 250 steps. It's weird. I don't know. I do about 8 to 10,000 a day generally. That's my goal. But
wow.
You should just like put it on the dog paw.
No, put it on the dog's tail. It'll be done in like a minute and a half. Russell tails are like rattlesnake.
All right, so a new documentary out takes a personal look at substance use disorder. A documentary film about substance use disorders on Martha's Vineyard premiered Friday before last, illuminating stories of islanders who have battled addictions and shining a light on a perennial issue that often goes undiscussed. The hour-long documentary called On Island was created by the public health nonprofit Public Good Projects in collaboration with the Martha's Vineyard Substance Use Disorder Coalition. The film is part of a community campaign to change attitudes and behaviors around substance use on the island. It premiered Friday, February 12th, directed and narrated by Trevor Kane, creative director at the organization. The movie follows the story of 20 islanders who have struggled with substance abuse, work in the recovery field, or in many cases, both. The film also looks at how the island's double identity as a quiet winter community and bustling summer destination has perpetuated the problem. Familiar faces sharing their stories include fisherman and author Janet Messinio, photographer Michael Blanchard, and owner of The Rich, Larkin Stallings. Island landmarks shot in rich hues also take on roles from Lucy Vincent Beach to sunsets over the Vineyard Haven Harbor. The film opens to general audiences everywhere, February 12th, available to stream for free at onislandmv.org. And you can also make donations at their website. So kudos to them for tackling something that not only is not often discussed, but also, you know, the public shame in regards to that on such a small island. So kudos for them for getting those interviews, for those people opening up to share their stories, because you never know who's listening can be encouraged and helped by their personal struggle and successes. So kudos to those guys. I'll definitely be going to watch it and see what kind
That's
of.
excellent.
That's awesome, because people don't realize how much testimonies help and encourage other people. You know, they see that, hey, if you could do it, I can do it. You know,
That's
I'm
for
always
sure.
glad to share my testimony, because, hey, it's going to help somebody. It's going to
Yeah.
help.
It's interesting when you're younger, you don't really understand how someone else's story can really affect your life. But as you get older, you start to realize, hey, we are all the same and we all have the same challenges and we all go through the same things. So if you can get somebody that you can relate to, find yourself a mentor program or something to help you through your struggles, that's great. I commend those guys. It's not an easy documentary to make.
No, it's very good. I watched it. It's excellent.
Very good.
Actually, we have the basketball has a cameo in there actually, so it's like all the it's pretty funny.
Right on.
Right. So girls hockey team finished their season with so many close games, but the elusive notch in the win column just didn't happen yet. Say yet because they have one more game to go into play in a Cape and Islands tournament. There's no state tournament this year, so each league is doing a tournament on its own in different divisions, which is good. So yesterday it was a 3-3 tie on Nantucket that came right after a 3-2 loss at home to DY on Saturday. So it's just the game that the home game with Nantucket was tied at 4-4, and then the Vineyard was bound in the net, and then they lost the puck, and then the Nantucket Whalers scored on a breakaway with like 19 seconds to go, and so that was a 5-4 loss. They've had a lot of 1-goal losses and 3 ties in the season. So the seniors are Ava Ben David, Ruby Ryman, and Maria Francos, and they were 4-year starters on the team, and they built a solid foundation. Again, they're going to be playing tomorrow at Gallo in Bourne for their first round of the Cape and Islands tourney. Now the boys, they lost to Nantucket 5-1 here a couple of weeks ago, and then they traveled to Nantucket on Saturday and beat them 7-1. So on any given day, you know, it depends on whether you have hot shooting and hot goaltending. It was pretty wild. But Jay Cleveland scored twice and assisted on a third goal to lead the Vineyarders. Aiden Merrick finished with a goal and an assist. The Vineyard is 7-6 on the season. Sam Hoyt, Cam Geary, Jake Scott, and Nikki Ben David each scored a goal as well. Elias Gunderson, Liam Merrick, Hunter Meter finished with 2 assists each, and the Vineyard led 2-0 after one period and 5-1 after 2. So this game was over. Both Nantucket and the Vineyard started their school vacations this week, as opposed to the rest of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts took last week off. So it's kind of an odd, we've always done the second week with Nantucket based on people wanting to have better rates for traveling. So I guess, so I don't know, want to compete with the other high schools in the state. So yesterday, Monomoy was here and the boys picked up a 3-1 win to close out the regular season as co-champs of the Cape and Islands Lighthouse Division. So Aiden Merrick was player of the game with a goal and 2 assists. Cam Geary had a goal and assist. Jake Stott picked up the other goal. Assists for Hunter Meter and Liam Merrick. And Oliver Lively had 14 saves in the win. So the Vineyard's going to host Dennis Yarmouth on Thursday at 4:00 in the opening round of the playoffs because they lost the coin toss. So they became the 2nd seed. That's how it goes. and stuff. Now I can go swimming now, or do you want to go back to you, Michelle? Then I'll do swimming and bird news. You want me to do swimming now? What do you want to do? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Man, that's like brutal. It's like, it's so pedestrian at this point to be muted.
I know.
It's so bad. I'll just go ahead and do my last story there, and then we can come back.
All right.
So the
Cool.
high school students shine at the Scholastic Art Awards. Students at the Martha's Vineyard Regional High School have received 42 nominations in the 2021 Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, a regional and national competition founded in 1923. And the chair, the technology chair, Chris Baer, wrote in an email to the Gazette, "In my 26-year career at MVRHS, I've only seen one other student be nominated for an American Visions Medal," which is amazing. He said, "This is a big deal." Other student photographers with multiple nominations include sophomore Madeline Bengston with a gold, a silver, and honorable mention for her photography, sophomore Jocelyn Bailunas with a gold and a silver, sophomore Maddie Lynn Floyd with 2 silvers, and freshman Nakia Tankard with 4 honorable mention. There is a comprehensive list of all the kids that actually won accolades with this. So amazing. I love the fact that art is a focus, still here on the Vineyard, because we all know that's the first program to be cut whenever there are budget cuts. So thank goodness that the school still believes that art has a place in our learning sphere.
I so agree. Being an artist, we need to express ourselves. And when we are not able, it goes to other channels where we shouldn't be. So I truly believe that that art really helps us to get out that extra whatever.
You need that outlet. And little Ethan, little 7-year-old Ethan, actually, he finally decided that he's ready to learn how to play piano. Woo! So I'm teaching him. I've been waiting. So he's into it, and we went over the math of the notes, and he got it all right. And I was like, what? And so I'm so excited.
Nice. That's
awesome.
But you're right about budget cuts. It's art, and then physical education is next on the list for things to get cut. We're called the extras, the non-essential academics of school, and we're not. You can't have. If you have a healthy body, you've got a healthy mind as well. And if you have an art, if you're definitely right-brained and left-brained, you have to understand these kids are all going to learn different ways. And photography and art is the one thing you can do it by yourself too. And since we've had such kids have been on their own, the least they can do is express themselves. They can go out and wander around, take pictures, or they can sit in front of an easel and create. Get some charcoal and some pens or some pastels or some oil painting, anything to get out there and do it. Make your own videos. These kids have gone video crazy with their phones. I think that they've been pretty creative with editing as well, as Michelle.
Oh man, I keep thinking they're trying to take my job, and I'm like, what is going on?
I know, really.
No, they are amazing. You cannot underestimate kids when it comes to their creativity. All you got to do is give them the tools, and they are just gone. It's so fun.
And it's something that sometimes kids don't have the patience to finish things through, but when they really are involved with something, they have the ability to see it through. The instant gratification isn't necessary. They're going to put the finer tunes on because they compete against each other too. I'm going to make my cooler video than you. Okay, I'm going to do this effect, that effect.
Right.
And my main thing is teaching Ethan to finish what you start. That is so very important, to get in the habit of finishing what you start and doing what you say you are going to do. So those are like huge in my world.
Yes, and he's 7, and you'll be telling him that for the next 20 years. maybe 30. I don't know.
God
bless parents. My mother she had to tell the same.
38. Well, we'll be 38. It's for the rest of their lives.
Oh, I'm ready.
I know. Talk to me when he's a sophomore boy. Let me know, and I'll give you some tips.
I'll need it.
Because as there's just no other. And we just wanted to put them on a fast forward button. I said, come back as a junior, please. Just go. Just go. Go away. Come back when you're a junior, and you'll be able to have complete sentences come out of your mouth.
Oh God, no, I'm not ready.
Sophomore boys, they were something else. At any rate, so the Martha Vineyard High School swim team had a more memorable night at the YMCA pool on February 11th. Again, this is when we haven't done the news in a couple of weeks, so we're trying to catch up here. As they both competed in the virtual Cape and Islands League Championship meet. So since the Vineyards have been swimming in their own pool all season long, they're kind of getting used to the waves and how things go. And they've been really, setting personal bests and getting pool records. They've qualified for state championships and sectional meets and stuff. So it's very exciting for them. Overall, the boys placed third out of 7 teams. The girls finished 5th. And they posted, again, one new school record, 3 state championship qualifying times, and 1 sectional qualifying time, 15 personal bests and 9 season best times. So the water must have been more slick that day or something. I don't know, because they were flying through it. I think they're just motivated. They knew that they were competing against 50 kids in the 50 meter freestyle alone. So they can see every pool in the Cape and Islands schools was all getting occupied that day for it. So Rory Mullen was the first swimmer in school history to win individual event in the league meet, placed first in the 200 freestyle, and he broke his own school record and qualified for the state in that. Gabby Carr is a senior on the team. She had a standout night for the girls. She had a season best of state championship qualifying time in the 200 free, the next event in the 100 free. Carr placed third, qualified for sectionals, etc. So the kids are, again, 53 swimmers alone who were competing in the 50 meter freestyle. So congratulations to the swim team. Again, it's so weird to have a virtual meet where you're in your own pool, everyone else is in their pool. The clocks are, everyone starts at the same time, and there are officials there that are going to validate the times, but it's.
Are they doing this like with an iPad or something?
No, they just and I guess they're just communicating with each other via feeds, streaming feeds, which is even stranger. So the logistics involved with it were amazing.
What's interesting is a lot of people feel like as soon as everybody's got their second shot, whatever, that we're going to do away with the virtual communication, and I beg to differ.
No,
I think that a lot of people have found out all they can do online. And I think that this is a definite new normal for everyone, because you can actually get more done if you're not traveling to all these different places.
True. It's more efficient, but it's also isolating for some.
It is very isolating.
And if you don't have high-speed internet, you are out of the loop. So we don't want the technological divide to become any larger than it already has been for certain populations in the country, for sure.
That's very true.
People to have it be a little bit. They come in person, especially for schools. They got to come back to school. You have to be in front of your kids as a teacher.
Mm-hmm. And they need that interaction for just personal growth.
Yeah, it's for sure, definitely. All right, so as we're probably, thank you, Chavonnet, for being patient with us today as we digressed a tad, but hey, Steve's not here. We got Ladies' Day and we chat. That's all there is to it. We're going to go over, bird news has been pretty cool the past couple of weeks. I'm going to focus on Jeff Bernier's finds for the week, and then we got Blaney McDowell and Sharon Simone. And so those are my photographers whose photos I have pirated from Bird News Facebook page. Okay, so this is a red-breasted merganser female. I think a couple weeks ago I showed you the male. He's the punk rocker in there, and he's all colorful and all of that. But she's got the same spiked hairdo going.
Nice. That's so
And
cool.
there she is with her little, everything slicked back.
Wow.
Since we talk about swimming, now we're doing birds that swim in the water all the time. Talk about being, resilient and be able to dive down 30 feet and grab a fish. These guys are amazing. And this is my favorite picture of the week. Because she's like, are you really going to take my picture with me looking like this? It's going on and on with that little going, let me at least get some more gel up there. So my little feathers are not as spiky.
So cute.
All right, now this is an Iceland gull. So if you know, seagulls are seagulls. So we have like 4 resident seagulls species here. We got greater blackbacks, and we have herring gulls. We got ring-billed gulls, and we have few other birds, Bonaparte's gulls and laughing gulls that come through in the different seasons and stuff. But this is an Iceland gull, and I've been to Iceland. I spent 2 weeks there about 6 years ago, and it's all you see are these white gulls in Iceland. That's the only species of gull. So you can see this is now an adult herring gull next to it. And that's a 4th-year bird, because once they get their plumage like that and their yellow eye, you know that that's an adult bird. And there's the Iceland gull. You can see it's got a dark eye and it's all white, so they can blend in with the landscape in Iceland and not get eaten by, Jaegers and all those other birds and and deer falcons that are cruising the skies of Iceland. So it's a pretty little bird. They're smaller than a herring gull, bigger than a ring-billed gull. So there we have it. Now, Jeff Bernier loves his long-tailed ducks, and this is the difference in plumage. The one on the left, as you're looking at it, is an adult, and the one on the right is a 2nd-year male. So a year from now, should he survive the summer and winter and come back here, he's going to look just like his buddy on the left. So the juveniles do hang out with the adults. They certainly aren't parents or anything like that, but they have a tendency to flock. So there's the juvenile. He's working on his getting his pretty colors. Got another year to go. Now this is a Barrows Goldeneye. Now I mentioned I was in Iceland, and they breed in Iceland. They breed also in Alaska, and this is a pretty rare bird for here. We have the next bird I'm going to show you is the common goldeneye, and I'll just go back and forth. So this is the bird you see in Lagoon Pond and Sedgwick-Kentucket, and right, off of East Chop and off of West Chop and out in the ocean and in the ponds. And there's probably, there's probably 1,000 of these birds, the male and females here now. So there's the Barrows. You can see he's got the little spots on his back, a little bit different, but it still has the yellow eye. So there's a bird again, and there's looking up, and you can see it's a good picture that Landy McDowell took. And this bird was right under the drawbridge in Vineyard Haven. So anyone could stop down there in that little park down underneath it and hang out and see a Barrows Goldeneye, which is a native of the way up north for sure. They breed in Iceland. I saw thousands of them up there. And this is Sharon. This is Lanny with his teal and the ring-necked duck. So it's a green-winged teal here, and then we have a ring-necked duck, and that's a pretty good set of birds that you can go to the head of Lagoon Pond, right where the Oak Bluff Pumping Station is, and see them there. So waterfowl everywhere. They'll be heading out probably another month or so. So if you want to see winter waterfowl, you got to get to your ponds in the next couple of weeks before they migrate north. And this is Sharon. This is a ring-necked duck. And you can say, why? It's got a ring around his bill. Why isn't it called a ring-billed gull? Well, that name was already taken by another ring-billed gull. That was already taken by another species. So there's a little tiny dark brown ring at its neck that you can make out if you see it in the right light. And that's it for this week's bird news. Stop the share. Come back to it. I got that down this time. Go see your waterfowl before they take off, before the ospreys come back in another month. And it's March next week, huh?
Wow.
I know. Last week of February. I'm psyched.
And I think there's no more after that. It's just, what does Steve say? March.
We have March, and then April is like March 2, and May is like March 3. Yes, because spring is. Yeah, it's pretty short here.
Yeah, it sure is. Fall is where it's at, but we are very excited that the snow will be melting. And as Ali said, we'll get one day near the 40s, but hopefully, very soon, right? Everything's going to turn, and we're going to plant stuff and have a lot of fun getting ready for summertime. Amen to that.
I'm not sure about that. I was looking ahead, and we may have snow next week. So
you're happy. You're happy.
It's March. It's first. March goes in like a lion, out like a lamb, right? Isn't that the
supposed to be
something like that?
Sometimes the tiny Phil is just here just for the fun of it. Okay.
Right.
Always wrong.
I'm gonna go get ready for my vaccination. I'm so psyched for this.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us for this week on MV. This is the week of February 22nd. We are signing off. I'm Michelle Vivian Jemison here with Ann Whiting and Allison Fraser Hayden and Chavonnet on the ones and twos. And Ladies' Day is ending, and we'll probably be all ladies next week too. So we'll see you next week.
That sounds good.
Awesome.
Signing off. We'll see you
Take
soon.
care. Bye-bye.
Okay.